G'day, it's Shann from Shann Lions here. We're doing pre-production demos for our second album, Vahland's our second album. We're doing it this place, Ulumburra Theatre. Come and see the boys, Lightning, Shooter and Greg are all inside now, so this is our rehearsal space. This is us, come check it out. We've already knocked over one song this morning, Never Given Up, so we've just started working on a new song called Tonight Fade Away, so that's what the boys are doing. We're going to head in there now and say g'day and see what happens.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Recording our pre-production demos. We're just doing 4 condenser mics into a 4-track. We'll probably mix them just roughly. That gives us sort of a guide of how we want the album to be produced. So I'm just going to produce it with the boys, and so apart from that, we'll probably do another 3 or 4 more sessions because the album's only 8 tracks, and head down to sound recordings in Campbell's Creek and make the record. Here we are, day 2 at Sound Recordings in Campbell's Creek, recording our second album. There's a couple of 2-track machines and a 4-track machine, but what we're actually doing is recording on an 8-track, so that's 8 microphones in to the machine. It's all analog, so all of our takes need to be done completely live. If someone hits the wrong note, then we have to start the whole process again.
Hey there, I'm Greg. I'm the bass player in the 4 Lions. Bit of a rig rundown on what I'm using. I've got a valve super bassman head into a 6x10 cab, looking for that sort of old school sort of bass tone. Just a bit of thud, a bit of plonk, just to knock off Rickenbacker bass with a couple of decent pickups in it. Hopefully help achieve that tone. I think it's sounding okay to date, but I'll let you be the judge on how it sounds in the record.
So we're at the drum station at the 4 Lions recording, and we've got the drum kit here. It's a bit of a Bitzer. We've got a 24-inch kick off one of my Ludwig kits. Got the toms off my favourite Ludwig kit. Got my Gretsch snare. just going for a real vintage open sound, pretty minimalist.
So basically I bought a nice little array of amps, especially because the amps are the basis, especially naturally the electric guitar sound. I've got the AC15 Twin with the Celestion greenbacks, for those of you who know that stuff. The Fender Vibrolux, and also the little Vox hand wired. It's a beauty I picked up from a mate, Jordan Allen. That's a great little amp, that one. So it's I like a lot of the classic sounds. You've got a Fender amp and you've got the Voxes. That beautiful creamy sound, I guess, is the way a lot of people describe it.
We've got Dave Moore, who's a fantastic pedal steel player. He's a local fellow as well, from Bendigo. He's going to play on 2 tracks tonight, Fade Away and You've Ruined All My Favourite Songs.
Completing an album, recording and mixing it in 5 days, that's rather quick. Was it enjoyable recording it all in analog?
Yes.
Oh, it was fun. It was fun doing it if a little unsettling, because you had to concentrate. You had to make sure you got it, I guess, as right as possible, but all in together. Because one person messes up, everyone's got to do it again. Sort of like everyone having to stay back after school because one person messed up. So Gav, the teacher, would know that stuff.
Yeah.
But so I mean,
blackboard.
a very different approach. Yeah.
Which was challenging. Yeah, I think that was the. I mean, you would go into it probably. One of you guys, I don't know. One of you always used the word unhinged. Was that? Did you use that, Keith? It was that. You didn't feel comfortable in there at any time.
So, do you think if it was a benefit not to have to rely on digital technology like the first album?
I'm going to say yes in a lot of ways, because I mean exactly what Shann said about that first album. One of the things about it is at times there's that much layering on it that it is almost impossible to recreate live without having a heap of people playing on it. The fact that you had to find a place within the song and go with it is a real benefit, and you know, just having to make choices rather than saying I can go back and do it easily, redo it, or I can layer another guitar to get that other texture or something like that. That's you know,
doesn't give you time to procrastinate and really sit and think about everything you're doing. Everything's spontaneous and just what suppose goes into your brain synapses at that moment. Just bang, it's out.
And it makes you work harder as a band, because you don't have even the ability to do a little fixing up little problems in pitch, little problems in timing and all that sort of stuff that you can in digital. Because you can concentrate in digital on getting it too perfect and lose a little bit of that spontaneity, where this definitely has that immediate feel.
Oh, definitely. And you go, you live with what you do. That's bang, it's done. And I can't even remember the question, but the observation is that just because, you know, technology enables things to be so convenient now, and we don't critique that, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's good for us just because something is so easy to do.
I think majority of music these days is we're quite conditioned for perfection.
Strolling in Nothingland, sir.